Dear students, in the last class we have studied how to rationalize the denominator. That is, if you have any denominator in the form of square root of some number, say a in the denominator, how to rationalize. This is a irrational number if it is in this form, square root number like square root 2 or square root 3, etc. Now, by multiplying the same number, root number, square root number, we can rationalize this number. The irrational number we can change into rational number. It is square root a to the power of 2, and you know that by squaring the root, these 2 will cancel and you will get a. Like example, square root 7, you want to make it, you want to remove this root sign, square root, so that it becomes 7, a rational number. So what you have to do? You have to multiply by square root 7, right? You will get a square root 7 square and you will get 7, the rational number, right? This we have studied, and we also studied if it is 2 numbers together in the form of binomial form. Binomial means 2 numbers together, the irrational number, say it may be 3 plus square root 2, if the number is like this way in the denominator. Now we have to multiply by the same number, the 2 numbers, but with the which sign? If it is plus sign is there, we have to take a minus. If it is minus is present, we have to take a plus. Here we have to take 3 minus square root 2, we have to multiply to the denominator as well as numerator. Then it is in the form of a plus b into a minus b. Then you will get a square minus b square. So we will get 3 square minus square root 2 square, and it is 3 square is 9 minus root and square number cancels, will get 2. 9 minus 2 is 7. So it is a rational number. So in this method we have learned how to rationalize the denominator in the previous chapter, right? And that last 5th problem in the exercise I told to complete, and we did it, and try it if you not completed. Okay. Now today's class we will learn to locate square root of x. Here x is any positive real number. Here we will represent the square root x on the number line. Here x is any positive number we are taking, okay? Positive real number. That is important. It is whichever form it is, square root of whichever positive number. We can able to show it by the which method? Geometrical method. We will use geometrical method. By using geometrical method, we will represent any given square root number on the number line. In the few exercises back, in the real number lesson, number system lesson, we represented square root 2 on the number line. You know the method, right? And we did square root 3, represented square root 3. We located square root 3 on the number line, and lastly we have represented square root 5 on the number line. Do you remember, like drawing the right angle triangle? For square root 2, 1 we have to take and 1 we have to take and join this, it is exactly square root 2, and that length you have to measure it and mark it on the number line. For square root 3, square root 2 and 1 we have to take. To represent square root 5, here 2 unit we have to take and 1 unit you have to take. In all the case, hypotenuse will the number, irrational number which we want to represent. But today we will learn using the different method. Geometrically we will draw or locate any square root x number which is a positive real number. That method we will learn today's class. Okay children. Now one example we will take here. Say square root represent square root x, instead of square root x, x is any number, positive number, we will take 6 point square root 6.7 square root of representing square root 7 on the number line, 6.7 on the number line. How to do this? Point is also there, right? So we cannot use that method. Instead, geometrically another method we will use, and easily whichever number, positive number we have given, square root 3.1, square root 11.8, whichever number we can represent on the number line using this method. So first one we will learn how to draw it. Now before do it the real diagram, I will give the method, I will explain the method. First we have to draw the number line taking this measurement. Okay, so we have to draw the number line AO, one line we have to draw taking the measurement 6.7 centimeter. Then from this end point take 1 centimeter, or whichever unit you will take, that here I have taken centimeter, then here also you have to take centimeter. So 1 centimeter you have to take here. Here 1 centimeter. Now AC, this big line length, its midpoint you have to find. So let it be midpoint here. Then using this midpoint, draw one semicircle like this, right? Then here at this point one perpendicular line we have to draw, one perpendicular line. And this is the actually the measurement comes, they have geometrically found it is exactly square root 6.7. It will come, this length DE, this will come. Then this is, you extend this line, start from here 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, so on, and take this distance and draw the arc, and that is the square root 6.7 on the number line, this particular point, like that I will get. That is the procedure. Now how it will come square root of that particular number, they have geometrically, mathematically they are explained in textbook. You can go through it if you are interested. Okay, you can go through it. It is using Pythagoras theorem, they proved once again. There we will get one in a textbook, they are given page number, those who interested. How it is the same number you will get, it is given in the page number 21. This particular page, the page number is not mentioned here, 21, page number 21, they are given here how we can get it, that one. So here geometrically they proved, if you are interested. For us no need, so we will do the real diagram now. So what is the measurement? First we have to take a 6.7 on the number line. What we have to take? Exactly 6.7 units. You can take centimeter in your notebook, but I will take little bigger unit here. Exactly how much? 6.7, right? 6.7. So it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, then 7. 2, 3, 7. AO I will name. AO I will name it. How much we have to take? First number 6.7 centimeter. You take it. Exactly 6.7 centimeter in your book. AO. Got it? What is the second step? Extend this from here, this line, taking 1 unit, 1 centimeter you have to take. So keep it on the AO line. How much we have to draw? Exactly 1 centimeter. First step, draw AO taking whichever number they will give here. So I have taken 6.7 centimeter. From this point, exactly 1 centimeter you have to draw to get a B point. To get a B point. The next step is we have to find the midpoint of AB. We have to find the midpoint of AB. So it is difficult to measure, and this one find out exactly. If you want geometrically, use compass. Take more than half of this line. Take sufficient big radius in this compass. Keep one leg here at A point and mark it on the upper side, and below also I will mark below also here. Okay. Take same radius. Now where to keep here? Keep it at B point and draw the number line. I will take little smaller. It will go outside below this one blackboard. Little smaller I will take, so that it will cut at the top. Same here, keep it at B. It will cut the arc, and here. Got it? Take sufficient big radius on this compass. Keep it at A. Draw the arc. Same radius. Draw one more arc above the line, below the line. Take the same radius. Keep it at B, not at O. B you have to keep. Draw one more arc here above the line, below the line one more arc, and try to join. Okay? And try to join. Now this is the exactly midpoint. This is the exactly midpoint, 6.7. Name it as a D letter. Letter D. I will name it as a ABC. I will write. Sorry. A, B, C. I will write. Okay. C. C. I will write. Got it. Now, what is your work? Next work, I got the midpoint. Now, my work is take this half of this line, that is the midpoint wherever you will get, like this way. Keep it at dot point, and at B, or you may keep it, it is same as this point and A point. CB or CA, one and the same. Got it? Now, taking that radius in the compass, draw one semicircle. Got it? Semicircle you have to draw. So after completing this semicircle, what is the next step? The next step is one perpendicular line we have to draw at O point. At O point, now use the protractor. At O point, one perpendicular line to this AC we have to draw. So this is the 90-degree angle. Okay. So for the AB line, you have to draw a perpendicular line at O. So keep it at O here and draw the line. This is the perpendicular line. And what is the measure of this line? It is, we will name this point as a D point. D no need, it looks O only, E I will name it, E. Okay. Now OE is exactly square root 6.7. OE is square root 6.7 measurement. Using Pythagoras theorem, mathematically we can prove it. Okay. But no need to prove it, just we will do this much. Next step is extend the line. Extend the line. Here, straight line. Extend the line. And this is the 0 I wrote for your convenience, because this is our starting point on the number line 0. This is OB, 1 we marked here, 1. So 1 unit we will mark now. Here the measurement will take. So here 1 more unit, 1, 2 here and here, so on. Okay. So it is 0, it is 1, 1 here, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, so on, number line. Okay. So we got the number line, and on this number line, from which is this is the from O to here, this is our number line. On this line I have to represent square root 6.7. So I got the measurement now, how much length it has got on the number line, here up to here it is. This is the measurement of square root 6.7 now. So this is the starting point, O point I have written. So from O here, not from B. Remember, many student will do in the exam common mistake, they will take it from B point. Wrong it is. Take it from 0 here. So from here, mark this much distance on the number line. Here it is. So this is the point P. This is the point P, which is nothing but square root 6.7. Point P represents square root 6.7 on the number line. So this is the geometrical way of representing any square root number. There is no as such. You have to take the whole number, you have to take the this one, whole number only. Here we have taken decimal number 6.7. So whatever number is, whichever big number, small number, no problem. Positive number, that is one thing you have to write. Positive number here, okay, we have to take the root number, we can represent it on the number line. So briefly what we have to do, I will explain again, remember and listen carefully. Draw the line, starting line AO of given measurement inside the square root, take that length. Then name it this end as O point, okay. From O point, draw 1 centimeter, extend the line, draw exactly 1 centimeter to get OB. Now you have to get the midpoint. So I used geometrical method to get the midpoint. Perpendicular bisector actually it is, but whatever we will do, it is the midpoint we will get. So easiest method is using the compass, is take little bigger radius in this compass, keep it at A, draw the arc, two arcs above the line and below the line. And next keep it at B, not at O, remember, keep it at B now. Draw the arcs with the same radius above the line, below the line. They are cutting each other, these two arcs here, and these 2 points you have to join, and this point C point which I have named here, that is exactly midpoint of line AB, midpoint of line AB. Then take the radius either CB or CA, it is one and the same, and draw the semicircle. And after drawing the semicircle, starting point here for us which is 0 here I have written, and that 0 or the O letter you have to consider, from that one perpendicular line you have to draw using protractor. And where this meet the semicircle, this particular point, so OE, this is the measure which we need, that one take it like this way, and from there only turn the compass. From here only, don't remove the leg here and turn the compass, it will cut it one particular point, that is the required point on the number line. So here since you return 0 here, then you this one you have taken, so next number is 2, 3, 4 etc. on the number line. So this is the exact position. I hope you understood how to represent any root number on the number line. And in the exercise there is only one problem is given, that is exercise 1.5. Exercise 1.5, rationalize, fourth one, represent square root 9.3 on the number line. Only one change you have to do, instead of 6.7 you have to take 9.3 here. You have to take 9.3 and all the procedure is the same, and you will get the point somewhere more than 3 it is. Somewhere here you will get point P, more than 3 you will get. That is the home assignment. Okay. The next aspect, when more exercise is left out in the real numbers, that is the last part of the number system. This chapter is about the some of the problems related to exponential values, the power of any numbers which are in the form of root numbers, square root numbers or cube root numbers, or any root numbers, the irrational numbers, or it may be rational numbers. Can we apply the law of exponentials? Law of exponent can we use, or how to use? So that we have to learn. So before learning on that particular irrational numbers, how to apply, we will try to memorize the laws which we have studied. So before learning now, we will learn about the laws of, you learned it already, so we will learn laws of exponents. Laws of exponents. Laws of exponents. Mainly you have learned this one, first one, a to the power of m into a to the power of n, a to the power of m into a to the power of n is equal to, here the base should be same, then only we will apply the law of exponents. It is a to the power of, we are, even though we are multiplying, but when we are doing, according to the law says, we have to add this 2 exponential values. Powers we have to add. It is a to the power of m plus n. Example, say we have 3 to the power of 4 into 3 to the power of 5. When you do this, we will get 3 to the power of, we should add these two numbers. 4 plus 5, we will get 3 to the power of 9. Okay, or if you have any, say it is 2 to the power of 5 into 2 to the power of minus 3. If it is there, then also we can apply the rule 2 to the power of 5 into 2 to the power of minus 3. It is 2 to the power of 5 plus minus 3, or it is equal to 2 to the power of 5. If you open the bracket, plus into minus is minus, minus you will get is equal to 2 to the power of 5 minus 3 is 2. 2 to the power of 2. If you want, you can write, or if it is keep as it is, no problem. It is 2 into 2. 2 you have to multiply 2 times. 2 into 2, it is 4. What is the meaning of this? 3 into 3, how many times? 9 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. But if such problems, it will take lot of our time. So usually we will write it in this pattern. Okay. But here, if it is small number, then we can do the expanded form and we'll get the answer 4. So it is depending upon the problem, you can simplify. That is the first law you have studied. Then the second law says it is a to the power of, first law. Second law says a to the power of m divided by a to the power of n. If you have same base here in the exponential value, when we have to divide it, then it is equal to a to the power of m. It is minus n. A to the power of m minus n. Example, 5 to the power of 3 divided by 5 to the power of 3 is equal to 5 to the power of 3 minus 3 is equal to 5 to the power of 0. Any base to the power 0 is 1. So it is 1. Or if it is, say, 2 to the power of 7 divided by 2 to the power of 6 is equal to 2 to the power of 7 minus 6 is equal to 2 to the power of 1 is equal to 2. This is the second law. This law you have studied. Then the next one is third one is a to the power, this one. One more is you have studied, which the next one which you have studied? The one more law you have studied. Third one is a to the power of m. Again one more power is there. 2 times it is there. Already one power is there, exponential value. Again one more is there. In this case, the law says these two number, the exponential number you have to multiply. That is, example, 3 to the power of 5 to the power of 3. If it is there, it is 3 to the power of 5 into 3 is equal to 3 to the power of 15. This way we have to simplify. And lastly, one more we can use it. That is, if two numbers are there, instead of one number, instead of one number a into b together, its exponent m is given. Two numbers multiplied and to the power m is given. It means a also, a to the power of m also, into b to the power, it is into a into b to the power of m is a to the power of m also, b to the power of m also. That is an example. 7 to the power of 7 into 5 to the power of 3, if it is there, it is 7 to the power of 3 also into 5 to the power of 3 also. That is the meaning. Okay. So this is the basic laws of the exponents. You have learned it in the 8th standard. Now we will use it for the irrational number, root numbers in the next class. Thank you.